Hey everyone, welcome back to another Blast from the Past G.I. Joe Classified Edition figure review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Dreadnought leader Zartan. Zartan is one of the more popular figures in the G.I. Joe franchise, one of its main villains, and of course the leader of his own faction, as I just mentioned. This is the first release of Zartan. There have been 3 thus far. This release, a deluxe Comic-Con exclusive release, and a retro release. We're going to be looking at this release mostly today. I do have the Comic-Con released just to show you the box briefly, but I didn't open it. It's still sealed, so I won't get the figure out. And then I have the retro one as well, but again, it is unopened. And I decided I'm going to do the retros together. Like, I'm going to get all of them out at once and then go over them, because I've kept most of them in the package. But I will show off the 2 that I did open, which is the retro Crimson Guard and the Gung Ho. But for now, let's take a look at the box. And as you can see right away, there's a difference in the box here. In the background, instead of a Cobra logo, you got the Dreadnought logo, which is really cool. Strangely enough, now I don't have Buzzer or Ripper yet, so I can only go by this box and Zarana's box. But strangely enough, his is the only one that comes with this Dreadnought background. Zarana's comes with a normal Cobra background, which is strange. But there's some art for Zartan there. He's number 23 in the line. There's his file card information. We've got more artwork here on the back. Zartan, the Master Assassin. On the bottom, you've got their legalese. Number 23, Dreadnought logo on the window there. And then back to this collage of figure portraits for the back. Now that we're done with Cobra Island, we won't see that again until we go into the final Cobra Island wave. But as you can see, we've covered pretty much all the figures on this box so far, and you can see some cool nods to the future as well. There's or the present, depending on how you look at it. If you were looking at this box when it came out, it would have been the future. So there's the Dragonfly down there, which we got at a HasLab this year, and of course the Trouble Bubble and the Alley Vipers, which hadn't been released at the point where Zartan had been. And of course, we've gone over Duke and Scarlet and Gung Ho and Destro and Cobra Commander and Baroness and Firefly and the Viper and the Trooper and the Red Ninja. I think the only one on this box that we haven't looked at yet are Snake Eyes and Robot, because I didn't get the original releases of those 2. I got later releases in the line, so we'll get to them eventually. So that's Zartan's box. And now the figure himself. As you can see, he's a bald bastard. He's got face paint around the eyes. The eyes themselves are whited out. No pupils. He's got this vest overlay here with shoulder pads attached. He's got these forearm guards. Now the guards themselves are an overlay, but it's glued down to the forearm. And the straps around the wrist are part of the sculpt. He's got a belt here. He's got 2 belts, really. One of them is part of the sculpt of his crotch piece, and the other one is an overlay. And the overlay comes with a knife sheath. There's the back detail of his vest. It's pretty nice. He's got these two thigh pads here, which are also overlays that are glued on. And the straps are part of the sculpt. Knee pads, and once again, shin pads are overlays that are glued down, with the straps here being part of the boot sculpt. Sorry. And then he's got some pretty decent looking boots there. Now, if you're familiar with the original Real American Hero Zartan, you remember that he can change color in direct sunlight. Well, this one can't do that. The deluxe San Diego Comic-Con edition does have that reactive plastic, except it works with temperature rather than direct light. So if you get him in a really cold temperature, like you put him in the fridge or the freezer or something, he'll turn blue. And then if he gets back to room temperature, he'll go back to this color. The retro version also does not have reactive plastic, so it's just the San Diego Comic-Con Master of Disguise Zartan. So let's go over the articulation real quick. Now he's got a big neck and a bald head with no hair to get in the way, so you'd expect him to have some good head articulation, and he does. He can look all the way down. He can bury his chin basically, and then he can look straight up in the air. So if he was a Marvel superhero flying around, he'd have a good head for that. He also has some neck movement on that peg as well. He can do the Exorcist. He got some tilt. His arm can go all the way around. The shoulder pads are attached to the vest, so you just lift them up out of the way. And he can hinge up. Yeah. Okay, maybe he can't hinge up that much. Yeah, there we go. The shoulder joints are a little tight. You can get about a 90-degree T-pose there. He's got bicep cut right around that strap on his upper arm. And Zartan has pinless double jointed elbows. That's right, pinless. Up till now, we hadn't had a character or a figure with pinless arms, I don't think. So he was, I believe he was the first of the standard releases. Yeah, he's got an up-down hinge on his right hand, and an up-down hinge on his left hand. Zartan is ambidextrous. He's got an ab crunch. Crunch forward that far, and then go back that far. He's got good range. You can twist. Drop down hips, standard. You can do the Van Damme splits. Yep. He's got a thigh cut, well hidden by the pad up there. Yeah, that hip didn't want to go back into place. Double jointed pinless knees. There we go. He has the boot cut, also well hidden by the shin pad. And his foot can go back that far. Can't go forward that much because the shin guard there gets in the way. And he's got that rocker motion. Foot pegs on the bottom. For accessories, of course, he comes with his cowl. That's pretty good sculpt. got a little point in the back there. And it's got the edges there. Looks like it's made of some kind of a snakeskin leather. Just kind of cool. And that just sits right on top of his head, like so. And he also comes with this scarf, which is similar to the one that comes with the Viper, just a slightly different sculpt on it. Better to take his hood off to put the scarf on. And you can pull the ends apart to wrap that around his head, around his neck rather. And that kind of serves as a barrier to keep the hood from sliding left or right. So now it will stay in place, it won't move around. He also comes with this, his mask, just like the original character. I don't know why it has whited out eyes. Because, I mean, after all, if you were to see a guy with whited out eyes, wouldn't that make you suspicious? That mask goes over there. I feel like if you put that V for Vendetta hat on here, it would look like the Guy Fawkes mask, kind of. Or he could just impersonate Dr. Mindbender and sneak into his lab. He also comes with this backpack. Again, this is very similar to the one the original figure came with and looks. It's got those 2 pegs on the side, 3 pegs on the bottom, and then it opens like there, and you can see inside is where you store his mask. And there's got some little red paint on the upper top, left and upper top right. So that's kind of cool. He also comes with these little extras here. He has this rattlesnake's head. Something like a trophy. And you can either peg that onto his belt or you can peg it onto his backpack. I choose to put it on the backpack. And he also has this monkey paw. And this one does not grant wishes, sorry. And that also can peg onto the back of his backpack or onto his belt. And just quickly, I'll show you on the belt, he's got the peg hole there. And he's got another one. As soon as it focuses, another one right there. But I just put him on the backpack. And of course, you can peg it in the middle too if you want. He also comes with this knife. And normally it'll be all black plastic, but I painted the blade on mine like I've done before. If you've seen my other videos, you're familiar with this by now. It's got that nice trigger hole, or finger hole there, you can put his trigger finger through. But if you're like me, you'll probably just have him holster that into his sheath back here. And that sheath is a really tight fit, just to let you know. And lastly, he comes with this blaster. Again, looks very similar to the one the original character came with. Honestly, I don't know why they came out with a retro version of this figure, except that maybe they thought people were having trouble finding the original. So they wanted to put a retro version out there so that people who didn't get the original had a chance to get them. The retro one also comes with slightly different colors. Like he's designed to look more like the Sunbow version, I believe. It's the blue chest piece instead of the black and brown one like this one has. And the trigger guard of this pistol. Can fit on the side of his backpack like that. So he can carry all of his gear like you'd expect from a G.I. Joe figure. And before we finish the review, let's quickly take a look at the Master of Disguise box. Like I said, I haven't opened this, so I'm not going to show the figure. But this was the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive for 2021, I believe. 2020 being the Snake Supreme Cobra Commander. At least I think that's how it went. I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure this was the SDCC 2021. And as you can see, there's artwork on the front. Zartan in various poses and whatnot. We got this artwork on the side there. We got that same collage on the back. This one is number 31 in the line. And there's this file card there. And it's got this little dial on the side that you can see all the different masks he comes with in this box. He's got Snake Eyes mask. He's got a Hard Master mask. He's got a Storm Shadow mask. He's got a Soft Master mask. He's got that Skull mask. And of course his normal face. So this is kind of cool. That's about the best you're going to get for being able to see the figure. It's a little dusty on the top there. Here you got the Hard Master, Soft Master, and his normal mustached mask are actual masks, and the skull is an actual mask, but the Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes are separate heads rather than masks, so that's the difference as well with the disguises there. But this is still sealed, as you can see, the tape there. So I can't open this up and show you the window. He basically comes with all the same stuff as the standard Zartan, but he also comes with a bow and arrow and a sniper rifle. And I think that's the only difference. So that is Zartan, Master of Disguise, leader of the Dreadnoks. Probably one of the most feared Cobra agents in the entire organization. I'm hoping that at some point we will get his Swamp Skier Chameleon. It would be nice to have his vehicle that the original figure came with. And I can't wait till we get more, till we flesh out the Dreadnought army. Right now I got him in Zartan sat with the rest of the Cobras on my shelf, but as soon as I get Buzzer and Ripper, and then we got Naugahyde and Torch, and Xandar has now been announced. He's in the pipeline. I'm probably going to get Thrasher with the Thunder Machine at some point. So as soon as I fill out the ranks of the Dreadnoks, I'll be moving him to his own shelf, along with the rest of the Dreadnoks. So I'm looking forward to that. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. Like and subscribe. And let's see, next blast from the past, we have the Cobra Infantry, which is like the Trooper, except this is the non-Cobra Island. This is the standard release. So there are little differences, not many, but little enough. And if I remember, I'll get the Trooper out when I do the infantry's videos, so I can show the differences. So stay tuned for that next Sunday, and I'll catch you next time.